yes to the yes, yes. Hey, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome, 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 family members. Claire D. Coheim here. Ha, 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 hi. Claire D. Coheim. Hey, everybody, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Let's Be Claire About It, the show where I interview my friends and some people I am familiar with. Today I get to interview my brother from another mother. But some people that I am familiar with and talk about our journey in the industry and beyond. How about that? And beyond. Yeah, if you haven't already done so, I'm going to tell you to like and follow Claire D. Coheim here on Facebook, Claire Coheim on YouTube, and Colabama everywhere else in these internet streets, honey. I'm talking Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, you name it, she's there. Anywhere you can find your local Colobama. Yes to the yes, yes. All right, y'all. I'm going to start off with a couple of church announcements, as you already know. First, I'm going to say thank you, a special thank you and a shout out to all my previous guests of my show. Let's Be Claire About It. And I want to thank you all for being here and having been such a wonderful support and a wonderful gem, and all the tools and training and fun and information you provided to my audience. I'm talking about Kanisha Reed, Kristen Gilmore, Nikisha Williams, Kia Johnson, Noelia Warnett, Marcus Cox, twice, Jay Jerome, Amelia, Ebony, Tamra, Courtesy, Laura, Carl, Brianna, and Jade. Y'all, thank you so much for having been guests on my show. I really appreciate it. You will never know to what extent that your participation meant to me. And today I have the pleasure of interviewing my brother from another mother, Justin G. Nelson. Yeah. That's him right there. That's him right there. Yeah, yeah. But I'm going to continue and tell you, don't forget to share today's broadcast and let people know. Anybody who you know is interested in the arts and how we as artists have been cultivating our careers, working our careers, and dealing with the last few years, these last 2 years, well, year and first quarter, feel free to share this video so that they too may be able to learn something and glean something from today's interview. Also, what else I had to say? I forgot. Oh, if you have a comment or a question that you'd like to ask Justin, y'all feel free to come to Claire D. Coheim, the Claire D. Coheim page, to put down to enter your comments and whatnot. I'm not going to be able to see it if you're on my Claire Coheim page, just Claire Coheim, or my Colabama rather. It's not going to happen, but my Claire D. Coheim page here on Facebook, Claire Coheim on YouTube, and for y'all who watching on Periscope, I see you. You still in the game. Yes. Feel free to put down your comments. Also, y'all already know I have 3 co-hosts who are always here at any and everything that I do. We talking Kingston, we talking Gabby, and we talking Barkley. They barked at the beginning of the show. I don't know if you heard them, but that's just their way of saying, how you doing? How you feeling, fam? That's just their greeting to you. So A to the A. All right, y'all. And the second announcement is, y'all already know I have a disgruntled employee, Internetter Jones. I said it, Internetter Jones. She always plays games, and she be playing games even though I fired her last summer. Either way, sometimes she makes an appearance on my shows. It's all good, though. It's all good. If she does, just give me a second. I'm going to go fire her again and then come right back at you. Okay? Okay. Let's jump into these comments real quick and see who all is here watching to the watch. We got, hey, Chris. Hey, First Lady Claire and Justin, with lots of love from California. Thank you so much for being here, Chris. Thank you so much. Hey, Denise. Hey, sis. Good to see you. Good to see you. Chris is making the roll call. Call him, girl. Call him. Yes to the yes, yes. Oh, Noelia. Hey. Come on with it. Yes. Come on with it. And Rika is here. Hey, sis. Good to see you. Thank you so much. And thank you for calling Trisha. Trisha, where you at? I know that's right. And welcoming Justin. Yes. It's lots of love. What to the what? Brian Robinson is in the house. Oh, we see you, brother. We see you, brother. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, we are in love with you. And a special hey, Gabby, Kingston, and Barkley from Rika. Thank you for recognizing my puppy pals. You know they always in here doing their things. You know, Chris, they gonna be doing their thing, how they do their thing, and they do it real well. Hey, Joseph. Hey, sis. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. And Internet is going to be a no-show today. I know you're right. Internet is going to be a no-show today. I know that's right. I know that's right. Hello to you too, Rika. We love you too, Brian. We love you too, brother. Where you at? Why we ain't seen your face in the place? I mean, internet is, big. We haven't seen you, but we love you and we miss you. Thanks for being here. Y'all, thank you so much for being here live. Thank you for watching this on the replay. Thank you all so much for supporting this effort. I really, really do appreciate you. You will never know how much. Okay, let's jump into this, y'all. It's time to welcome, to introduce to some and reacquaint to others, my brother, Justin G. Nelson. Justin!
Hi.
Hey, Justin.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, brother. How are you today? I want to start my interview with you, just simply asking you, how are you?
I'm blessed.
I know that's right.
Tomorrow makes 1 year of Broadway being shut down.
Yep.
And it has been 364 days of feelings. But today, I feel blessed.
Yes. Can you say that again for the people in the back?
I feel blessed. I'm blessed. Thank you.
Yeah. I am right there with you. Justin, y'all, as you will learn today, is a phenomenal performer amongst other things. Justin, you are in the hot seat today, and we really appreciate you being here. Are you ready for this interview?
Sure, I'm ready.
All right, Justin. All right. And Fanta Fortune says you are blessed.
Hi, sister.
Yes. Thank you, Rika. Girl, I had to put it on because my brother is right here. And I have to make sure that I don't. Yes. Fanta also says many talents and abilities. Oh, we about to get into this. Justin, let me go ahead and let's see, which one do I start with? This one.
Okay.
This is a little thing I call this is your life, but it kind of helps guide me to what I'm going to say next. Justin G. Nelson, you and I met each other back in 2010 or 11.
That's
and
cool.
Yeah, 2010. And since that time, you have been nothing but a wonderful friend, a wonderful confidant, a wonderful, how can I say it? Just a wonderful brother to me. I don't know if you remember, but you came into my dressing room one time I think it was for Hairspray. And you said, Claire, USAI. And in my mind, I was thinking, how does anybody know what that is in this theater world? And from that point on, I just completely fell in love with you. You have been surrounded by lots of friends and families, and I'm going to start this particular show with something I call Flower Power Shower Hour. Okay. Justin, are you ready for this?
I think I don't like surprises. What happened? Let's see.
I know you don't like surprises, but we're gonna get into it. Here you go.
Hey Justin, I just wanted to tell you how much you mean to me as a best friend, as a artist, and just someone who is a beacon of light to everyone that he is around. I have learned so much from you that it's just beyond me on how talented, loving and caring and supportive you are. There's not a lot of Justins. So I just want to take this time to thank you. I thank God for you, your patience, your drive, and just your passion of being who you are as an artist, as a person. Man, there's so many things I can go on and continue to say and so many accolades that I can give you. But I chose this song, Billy Porter's Time, because in the song there's first of all, the words are amazing, and the words describe exactly who you are as a friend. Time is so important, and time is so precious, and I just want to let you know that every moment, every time, and every second of our friendships matter, and you matter to me. And I just thought, when I heard this song, wow, this reminds me so much of Justin, and I just want to share a snippet of a little dance for you. Since
A dance for me? Okay.
I'm gonna dance for you.
Is it the autumn leaves that change, or the snow that floats from the sky? What is time? Is it the air we breathe, or the wings that teach a newborn bird to fly? Who can tell? I don't know. Will we change? Will we
So I think we all can agree that Justin is an overall awesome human being. Like, awesome. And it's because he's incredibly talented, he's incredibly knowledgeable, faithful to the end, loyal. Like, I could go on and on about how awesome he is and how much I'm grateful for him being in my life, how much I'm grateful for him answering the phone with all my questions and having answers for all my questions, and how, again, what an awesome human being he is, and how even for him the best is yet to come. Love you.
Justin G. Nelson, I remember when you was born. Mama tell you the story. I ran behind the car trying to get in the car with you when parents to come to the hospital and see you. Ever since you've been born, you've been a joy to the family. God has blessed you with talents of singing, dancing, acting, and you are constantly growing in them gifts. I am proud to be your brother, watching you grow. I almost feel like a father just watching you grow into the man that you are. Mother wasn't able to get on the video, but she loves you, as you know, your best friend. You talk to her every day. I love you. Continue to grow. Continue to let God use you, and continue to be humble and give him the glory, which you already do. We love you, little brother, and see you in a minute.
Thank you, Claire.
Yes, I wrote Noelia. That was a beautiful dance, sis. That was
beautiful.
beautiful. So beautiful dance. Brian said this makes me miss Hairspray 2010. Fanta says beautiful dance, and what Justin doesn't know, he will research, y'all. And Taylor, Daniel, hi, good to see you. Justin, just tell me, what did hearing all those things and even getting that dedication, what did that mean for you?
It kind of like gives me purpose outside of like the theater and outside of the classroom or wherever I am. It makes me feel like my life's purpose is to help. Like I've always been a helper, but it's something like I would run away from it. But third grade, I was telling a friend last night, third grade, I was teaching my peers in third grade. It's just like I don't want the teacher to teach me. I want Justin to explain this to me, and I enjoy it. And I feel like that's one of my life's purposes, to help and assist. So it just kind of solidifies some things.
Well, that's good. I'm so glad because, yeah, I never know how these are going to turn out.
No, it's
But
great. Right on.
well, that's good. And I'm going to just keep going on. Like I said, I always believe in giving people their flowers while they can receive them, while they can smell them. So, Justin, I just wanted to start off by telling you how much we love you, how much we appreciate you, how much we value you. The first time I met you, Justin, was in Hairspray.
Yes.
Yep, Hairspray 2002. And you have been a performer for such a long time. I mean, I do Facebook stock for my show. And I mean, I was like, you have been performing a lot. And just the ones that I know of included, of course, The Color Purple, Gospel Like Colognes, How to Succeed, Chorus Line, Miss Saigon, Mary Poppins, Priscilla, you name it, you've been there. Tell me, Justin, you've also toured in for The Wizard of Oz. You were the mayor of Munchkin City. Tell me, Justin, how did you even get started? And then give us a little bit about your journey. How did you get started?
So I got started performing in elementary school. I third grade again. My teacher Brenda Lewis, she started a choir, and so I started doing that. And then fifth grade, we had this coronation ceremony, and I auditioned for the step team, but I didn't get it. And so like rejection has been a huge factor in my life, but it's also been a blessing. So I didn't get the step team, but then I forgot what teacher it was. She made a dance team, and I had a dance solo. It was a simple like boom, ba doom, bop, bop, one of those moves. And it was fifth grade. That was a big deal, you know? So I did that, and I was just like, wow, this is what like the spotlight feels like. Fast forward, went to Colonial Middle School, and
Colonial.
Colonial. I started off in creative writing.
Oh wow.
Chad, that was not for me.
Justin.
No. I think no. Love the teacher, not my field. So I ended up joining the choir in seventh grade, and I did show choir there. Went to Overton High School, Performing Arts in Memphis, yes, and that is when the fire lit. Miss Archibald got me on stage in 11th grade. And she was just like, walk around the space. So I'm just walking around, just like, what are we doing? And then she was just like, step outside of where you are, step outside of school, and just be in the moment. And that moment is when I was just like, I want to do this. I want to do this. And then Miss Phyllis Roy may have hooked me up with something. So it's not on my resume, and it's very not well talked about, but I actually was in the 2014 or 2015, the 2005, 2006 production of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat that came to the Orpheum.
No way.
I was too old, and I had facial hair in the 11th grade, but I shaved it off, and I did it. And some of the performers was like, how old are you? And I was like, are you allowed to ask me that? But I was like, I'm 15 and like the tallest, the oldest child on stage. But that is when like I made my debut at the Orpheum.
Wait a second. Don't just skip over that now. You playing games because I've known you for a minute. This is the first time I'm hearing about this.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know about that. I mean, people who went to Overton, my mom, my dad, and my brother.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
So you was a star back in 11th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. I did, Echoes of Truth. I did that for 4 years. I started when it was Blues Camp. And I was a problem child during blues camp. Like, they was like, be a tree. So I was just like, okay. Everyone else was like, tree. And I was just like, be your tree. Be Does the wind not blow in the tree? That was just
Come on, say it.
you not be still? I was just like, I don't want to do this. And I didn't come back. I did not come back. They called my mom. It's like, did not report to camp. She's like, I know he's here. Like, he answered the phone. So anyway, fast forward, went to college, MTSU, and got my degree in music education because they didn't have a music theater program at the time. I tried to double major in music ed and dance, but I would have still been in college had I done that. So I did music ed, and I took dance classes here and there. And then my junior year is when I came back to Memphis to do Hairspray. So that was when I made my professional debut. And during the Black College Dance Exchange, T. Lang, a teacher at Spelman, came up to me. Like, I was dancing my heart. I was like giving you the Martin, like pulling the welly, you're doing all that. And she was just like, why are you here? And I was just like, huh? She was like, no, like, when you graduate, get out of Tennessee. And I was just like, okay, you go pay for it. But I mean, so I finished school. My father passed. I went to grad school in Memphis, and I was just like, okay, T. Lang is still in my head. She's popping up on social media. I gotta go. So I worked at University of Memphis for, I want to say, like 18 months to save money. And my office was like, are you leaving next month? I was like, no, I need a little more money. I was like, okay. And then September 16th came. I was just like, I'm leaving. That's just like, huh? I was like, you got a month to say your goodbye. No, September 6th. And then October 16th is when I moved to New York. October 16th, 2014.
Yeah. So you moved to New York, and you're a phenomenal performer, singer, actor, dancer, and you moved to New York. And please tell us how that went, because a lot of people think once you go to New York, that's it. Once you go to New York, you were big time here, you big time there. Tell us about your experience, because you went on tour. Tell me about that.
Moved to New York. I'll say my roommate drummer for later, but I moved to New York and I was just like, okay, auditions. It's a lot of people at these auditions. Where did all these people come? Where did all these people that look like me come from? Like, y'all weren't in Memphis. Why are you here? So I auditioned for Hamilton before I even made it to Broadway. I was in the callback for a swing. I was too short, but it's fine. I got in the room. I was happy. And then other auditions popped up. I went through a period of like, this is not what I signed up for. I don't want to do this. I'll go back home. And I went to the Wizard of Oz auditions. And I was just like, I am short enough for this role. Okay. I am a munchkin. Cast me. And I got this. The choreographer, Richard Rowe, he was just like, yes. It was a modern piece that we had to do across the floor. He was like, this is what it should look like. I was like, thank you, sir. New York. Well, he was a London choreographer. I was like, giving me my props. Okay, cool. Then I got a call back. I was just like, Mama, I got a call back. She was like, didn't you start a new job? Not important. I got a call back. I just started another job at Banana Republic because I needed some more money.
Right.
And I got there. I got the job. I was just like, but I have a call back, so I won't be in tomorrow, but I'll be here the next day. So I went to the callback and I sang a classical piece. I didn't know. My book was still kind of fresh. Right. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to sing this song. And I went in there and sang it. And the music director was just like, we need him. I was just like, oh, great. So I did the final call back and I got to work that Friday. I was just like, well, I didn't hear anything, Mom. I don't know what to do. She's like, just wait. Monday, I got to work at 12. I got the call at 1. I put in my 2 weeks notice. Wait a second. I put on 2 weeks notice at like 2. And I was just like, right, is it real? Thank you so much, Banana Republicans. I'm good. Thank you so much. I won't be back. Bye. And then I went home for 3 months. I taught conservatory at Playhouse. I did, I forgot what show it was between that. And then I came back, started rehearsals, and we did 9 months on tour.
Wow. Tell me some of the places you toured to.
We toured Memphis.
Yes,
And
I remember.
we did Memphis. We did Tampa. We did 2 spots in Canada.
Oh,
We did Washington, D.C. We had one of the best non-union tour schedules. Like week-long sits. It wasn't bus and truck. We were there for a week. People thought we were equity, but that whole hashtag ask if it's equity campaign started. So people just like, so are you equity? I was just like, did you not enjoy the show? Shut up. Don't ask all these questions. Not important. And then I was in Canada for New Year's. That was a fun experience. We went to Portland, Oregon, Texas 3 times.
wow.
A lot of places. Yeah.
So you've done a lot of traveling. So tell me what that experience was like as far as performing on a tour, because we have this picture here of you in the upper left hand. I think that's a picture from the tour, and the upper right hand are pictures of tour. What is that life like? Because when we're doing shows here on a regional circuit or just locally, we can go to work and come back. I mean, what is that tour life like? If you could give us a little bit of insight, like some of us may never make it on a tour. What is that like? How do we pack?
Okay, so I didn't overpack. I was so blessed because I had just moved to New York. I shipped everything home. I was here for 6 months, booked a tour, shipped everything home. But I went vegan while on tour. Don't recommend it. Don't recommend it at all. But packing, it was great. I ended up getting like a small little oven kind of thing it was like 10 pounds. I could throw it in a suitcase. I bought clothes in cities, sent stuff home. So like I managed the packing part. The social life, I love all my cast members from Wizard of Oz if you're watching this. But after so long, you're like, I need a break. Like I am tired. But we did get breaks. We had like a week off here and like 3 days off there. So it wasn't overwhelming. But those 5-show weekends.
5-show weekends.
5-show weekend.
What does that look like?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No, my body was not coming from Memphis where we did how many 4 shows a week?
4 shows a week. What is it? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Thursday nights. Yeah, 4 shows.
Going from that to 8 shows. I was like, when did we get like a alternate cast to go out? Maybe it's not new. But I was just like, my God. So it was an adjustment. You had to really. We worked out a lot as a cast, like getting up 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, hitting the gym, making sure we were ready to go. Because Wizard of Oz was a physically demanding show.
Yes, it was. I saw it.
You were just like, just like, whew, child tight, but it was fun. I will say it was a blessing. I was one of 3 Black cast members in that show, and to go out and represent for the Black people. Baby, I was on stage every night like, I'm here for y'all. But I'm here for y'all. Whoever out there, I'm here for you, okay? But I'll never forget, I was in D.C., and I was leaving because we had to like provide our own housing because it was something going on that week. So like all the hotels were booked. So I ended up staying with a friend from high school who lived in D.C., and this girl and her mom were on a train, and she was like, excuse me, were you in the Wizard of Oz? I was just like, girl. You Black, I'm Black. Yes, I was there. And wow, that was so cool. And like, where did you go to school? I was like, I went to Middle Tennessee State University. She was just like, oh, you didn't go to Juilliard? I was just like, no. You didn't go to like one of those big name schools? Like, She was like, oh, I was just like, yeah, girl, it's not about where you go.
Yep,
it's about the passion you have once you graduate. Because I know a lot of people who have graduated from these big name schools. It's a name. Like you gotta have the passion and the skill to back it up.
Yeah.
So that was inspiring for me. Yeah, it was a life-changing experience. You stayed on top of auditions. Like my friend Lindsay, she booked the show. She came in late. I think she came in January of the tour, and then booked another tour while doing this tour. So she we closed in July, and then she was hitting the road again in September. And I was just like, you go, girl. Because me, I was like,
I'm
going.
tired.
I'm done. I ain't touring no more right now. Because she was fresh out of college, but it was a great experience. I would definitely tour again now.
Oh, you would?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what is the drop? What is the pull that makes you say today? A few years later, I would tour. I would do a tour again.
I would do things differently. I would.
Because now you know.
Manage my money, honey. You talking about some money on tour? Like,
come on with it.
I can come back and live in the Hamptons after I tour. I would definitely manage my money better. I wouldn't go vegan again I would go vegan again now that the vegan industry has changed drastically. Because when I went vegan 6 years ago, we just had Boca, Morning Star, and a lot of chickpeas. But now we got all these things. And I'm just like, this ain't fair, man. Like, where was y'all 6 years ago? And I was going
Beyond Burgers everywhere.
Everywhere. But I had Beyond Dirt, 6 years ago, and I was mad. I was real mad. But it was an experience, and I definitely want to experience that again, knowing what I know now.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about your time after you did the tour. So you did the tour, you learned the lessons, you came back with some pocket change, not gonna lie. And then you came back to New York. What was your thought process? What happened? Give us the goods, because we up in here, some of us are salivating for Broadway. People see you, Justin. People see you. They see you. You're active on social media, but you're also very active in theater. When you were in Memphis, you were everywhere. You got the first Gypsy Award because you're a phenomenal dancer. And I'm not even saying that. Look at this picture from Gospel at Colonus, and look how high you are off the ground. I thought you could have been. Look at this.
Ooh, my legs hurt from that show. It was a great show though, but my legs hurt.
I know it did.
Yes.
But tell us, so you came back to New York, and then what happened?
Full transparency. I came back to New York. I was just like, I need an agent because I'm that good. I need an agent. I did not need an agent. And I went into the deepest period of depression.
Talk about it.
And I because I moved in with a friend in the Bronx. This is where my moving fiasco started. I moved in with a friend from the Bronx. I got my old job back. I was very blessed to have this. The one consistent thing I've had in New York is the merchandise job. So I came back to New York and I wasn't booking. And I was just like, oh, was that it? Like my 6 months book a tour and that's it? Like what next? And I was so far from my church in Brooklyn that I just stopped going to church. I wouldn't even tune in online. And you know me, growing up church is important. And I was just like, I ain't got it. And I didn't want my period of depression to rub off on other people. I was still working. I was still active. People on social media, it's like, oh my, you're so proud of you. It's like, yeah, I don't know what I'm going through.
Right.
I'm not friends with this person on social media, but he basically was just like, yeah, I have a 2-bedroom apartment. It was not a 2-bedroom apartment.
Oh no.
It was a living room with a divider that had a bed.
Oh, no. That's the New York way, though.
Oh, yes, that is the New York way. So I went through that, and then it's just, I moved from the Bronx. Don't write this down, but I moved from the Bronx to Astoria, to Brooklyn, to Washington Heights, back to Brooklyn, to another area of Brooklyn, home, back to Brooklyn, and then Brooklyn again. Like I've been in Brooklyn consistent for 2.5 years, but I haven't been in the same apartment. But after that period of depression, I had I felt a sense of foundation forming with my housing. So I got back in auditions and I was getting callbacks. I was doing things, but I wasn't booking. And I was so focused on the booking that I wasn't really paying attention to the process. Right. I got a new manager, not an agent, but a manager this time. And she was very understanding of like, this is how you get paid. Me booking stuff is how you get paid, but I still got to work. I still have to pay my bills, outside of auditions. Yeah. She was understanding. My agent before that,
not so understanding.
No.
Yeah.
But I said all that to say booking a show in DC. It was a play, but they needed dancers for it. And what show was it? It was a Shakespeare play.
Was it
Uh,
Midsummer? Midsummer
no, the
Night?
twins. It's the twins.
Oh, where she dresses like the brother dresses like Kurt, not that one.
No,
The shipwreck.
no.
You
Anyway,
don't
it
want
was
to.
that show.
Somebody Google it for us, poor favors.
I can see the people in my head, but it was with Shakespeare Theater Company. I can't think of the name of it, but I booked that show and I started accruing equity points. So I was just like, great. So now I'm EMC.
Okay,
And
explain some people what that is.
so EMC is equity member candidate. So now you only need 25 points to become equity in the theater union. I have 14, so I need 11 more. If anybody got 11 points I can buy from you, let me know. But that's the system we have now. And so they
Yeah,
were
because
going
when I started, the system was 50 points.
50. Yeah. And I was just like, well, it's real.
Right.
50. But the minute they made it 25, everybody became equity. And I was just like, well, there go those calls because they weren't seeing on union all the time. I mean, I will post about that a lot. But yeah, I did that show, got some points, and I kind of started taking the business side of acting more seriously. So creating content, you and I worked on some things with
Daniel.
and it was just a process of like trial and error, figuring out stuff, figuring out. I got a lot of callbacks before Broadway shut down.
Yeah.
Mean Girls, both the Broadway and tour. Rest in peace. They're closed.
Yeah, because they're closed.
They're closed. Yeah. Hamilton dance calls were like they were seeing fresh people, like they were refreshing their book, and I was just like, great. I don't know you, but you gonna know me. And some other shows here and there, but we're in this period of reset, so I've been transitioning to TV and film now. So just making it work. But it's been a process, but I love it. Absolutely.
I know that's right. I hear you, my brother. Let's say hello to Brenda Lee. She's here. Hey, Brenda. She said Brooklyn in the house. And when you were talking about moving from, have you ever lived in Flatbush?
No, I lived in Crown Heights, Bushwick, Bed-Stuy, Brownsville, Prospect Park, and that's it. Yeah. Oh, and Gowanus.
Okay, the little side of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we got Jay says she's a true fan of you. Jay Johnson, who was a former guest on Let's Be Clear About It. Jay said to tell you, wow, man, staying true to the journey as you're talking about, just it's not the same for everyone. The journey, sometimes I feel like, the big celebrities make it seem sometimes like you go to school, you work a job at a restaurant, you get discovered, or you work a job and then you do this audition and immediately it happens for you and it continues to happen. So I appreciate you saying that, you have to stay true to the journey that you are on, just you. And one of the things I want to talk to you about was something that I struggled with after I got off the ship. I did a cruise line ship for, I think it was 9 months. And someone told me, Kyle Blair told me, he said, I don't like this feeling that I get afterwards. I fall into a certain level of depression. And I was thinking like, I'm happy. I thoroughly enjoyed my time on the ship. I did my thing and I'm coming out with some cash, like you said. And then I'm good. I'm happy. But I fell in it so hard that I didn't even know what it was because I had never experienced that before. And as a performer, I don't know if you can talk about this, just like what that felt like trying to deal or navigate those waters. Because for me, I found myself staring blankly at a wall, just zoning out. And when I came back, because I was in Miami for Christmas and then came here and I was still zoning out. And my husband was like, hey, what's going on? And I was like, I don't know. Can you talk about that? Because I think performers, after we finish a contract and we don't have anything else to do afterwards, that's something that's real serious. And I don't think many people talk about that.
And I don't think you or I ever experience that in Memphis because
No,
like,
no, no, no.
we kept working and we were very blessed to like stay booked. But
Yeah.
it's like that post-performance high where you're just like, I've been consistently doing this, my body's doing this, you fall into their routine.
Yeah.
Granted, sometimes it's like unexpected with like put in rehearsals or advertisement for B-rolls and marketing and stuff that you have to deal with. But it's like that post-performance drop is it's heavy. Cause like when I got off tour, I luckily booked Mamma Mia. And so I came in
Okay.
in Memphis. Yeah, I did 4 weeks of rehearsal because they had already started. And I was like, great. So like I have this to keep me going. But after that, I was just like, I need to keep this going. I need to keep this up. And it lasts for however long you allow it to last. Because sometimes you just have to tap into other things that fulfill what it is we're missing. Because I think the largest crowd to date I performed in front of was 4,327 people in Atlanta.
Bodies?
Yes. Humans.
Earthlings?
Yes. And I was just like, wow, this is dope. And then coming home, just like, well, I'll play a video game or something and figure this out. Maybe I'll experience this again. But like, I think for me, I had the cheat code of working in the theater. So like I worked at Hamilton, I've worked at Tina, I've worked at Mean Girls. So like while I'm not performing, I'm still in the atmosphere of it. I'm just like, oh, I can do the choreography back here. I can sing back here, but it doesn't feel the same void of being on stage.
Yeah. I really appreciate you saying that because, sometimes I feel like as a performer, that was something that Kyle warned me about, but that was something that I went through by myself. And then I just didn't. And then we went into 2020. And then they were like, nobody working. Ain't nobody going to be working. So how about that? And I was just like, well, God, what am I supposed to do? Because I was defined by my craft. I felt like I was being defined by my craft. But you did something so beautiful. Let me get to the screen because, I got a lot of screens here, y'all. Okay, you did something so beautiful. You took that vegan life and you started Justin's Health Corner.
Yes.
Yeah. Talk to us about your vegan journey because you mentioned how difficult it was. But tell us how you started, when you started, and what it's meant to you even through the 2020 pandemic, all the pandemics. I always talk about them, the multiple pandemics, and even up until today.
So, like I said, I went vegan during the tour. It was Lent, and I was just like, I'm giving up meat. And my cast member was just like, but you just had today. I'm giving up meat. Let's not focus on yesterday. Today, this day.
Stop living in the past.
Business. So I did that, and the 40 days, I thought I was in the wilderness. I was like, what am I eating? Like, I didn't research enough before this. I bought like 3 books, and I was just like, okay, I got this. I'm gonna figure this out. That's not vegan? What do I eat? 6 years later, I can tell you everything to eat, everything not to eat, what to look for, how to make this, how to do that.
Yeah.
But the vegan journey turned into like a lifestyle journey. Like I went from just like plant-based vegan to this spiritual awakening. Like I have crystals. I'm wearing this crystal here, and I sage, and I do all of the spiritual rituals that help align me because food does more than just nourish your body. It can heal your body.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest trigger was like being an advocate for health and wellness for my family and then my community and anyone else that comes in contact with me. So it became more of just like personal to just like, I want to give back. Like I said, I've always been a helper. So if I'm going to learn something about veganism, I'm going to tell everyone. You can take what you want and leave what doesn't resonate, but you're going to learn something. Okay. Yeah. We're going to drink our water and we're going to add some sea moss. Okay. And we're going to heal and be happy.
Come on, sea moss.
I have mine. I have to make it.
Yeah. And you've taken, with Broadway and not just Broadway, but with our industry coming to a screeching halt. You've taken your veganism and you've taken it and created what I consider to be a business. Because you took that and now you like your sweater, your sweatshirt, sweater top. Your top says you're multi hyphenate, and I'm like, I'm gonna call myself that too. But you really took it to like its truest definition. You have Justin's Health Corner, you have Vision Possible coming up, Detailed Gentleman, and you have Nelson Design Lab. So you took this 2020 and you did this. Can you give us a little bit? Because I know some people out here are like, a lot of us are defined by our craft. How are you able to take 2020 or whatever part of 2020 and create 4 businesses?
God, literally, we got the call. It was 3:00, March 12th, and it was just like Broadway's closing at 5. I was just like, what? It's like, yeah, we'll be open in 3 weeks. I was like, oh, okay.
Wait, 3:00 tomorrow a year ago.
Yeah, that. And I was like, oh, okay, well, we'll be back in 3 weeks. I was like, cool. So I'm not gonna freak out. I'm not gonna do anything. 3 weeks later, I was just like, oh, how I apply for unemployment because we ain't going back. And during that time, so Justin's Health Corner has always been a blog. Nelson Design Lab came because my dad worked on computers growing up, and he was a computer engineer. He was also a performer, but he went into the computer industry. So the entrepreneurship bug bit me. I tried to run away from it. Sam is the king of, I mean, he can build a business in his sleep. And I'm just like, I'm just going to perform. I'm just going to sing. And Fanta, my church member, if she's still here, reached out to me and was just like, hey, brother.
Doing the research.
She's like, hey, brother, can you help the church out and do some graphics for service? And I was just like, sure. You got to use Photoshop. I was like, sure. Skillshare.com. Here I go. All right. How did you
talk about it?
Okay. That's like, okay, I can do this. Got this. Great. And then that turned into we need somebody else like, hey, do you make websites? I was like, Wix.com. How to make a website. Yes. Got it. Who else needs something? And so I was just like, I need some marketing material. How to use Canva. Got it. And now a year later, I have Fitman Cook as a client.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's major. And I was just like, wow, like God did this. Vision is Possible came from a conversation I had with a friend because I'm always talking about affirmations and goal writing. Because someone I know got me this journal before I moved out of Memphis. Claire. And
you still have it. I'm so proud.
It's my affirmation journal. It's my gratitude journal.
Yeah.
The best is yet to come. My life.
Hey.
And I started doing scripted journaling. So in the morning, I write gratitude. I go, thank you, God in the universe. And then, dear God in the universe. And it's just a list of thank yous. Like, thank you for this. Thank you for that. Thank you for blessing me with da, 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 da. And the way these things have been popping out these pages and coming to life, and I was just like, great, vision is possible.
Yeah.
And that's what birth Vision is Possible. Detailed Gentleman, when I lost the weight, y'all can tell me nothing. Like,
hey.
That's up. So
I gotta get to that one.
The details in fashion, because details make the outfit. True story, before I lost the weight, I wasn't buying clothes. I was just buying a lot of accessories.
Yeah.
Like, I am not about to buy clothes for this current weight. Like that guy in the blue polo shirt, he was 175. And then the guy to the right of him was a good 143.
Yes.
So like the confidence was there. But so that's how I formed the Detailed Gentleman.
Yeah, you really like. Let me tell you, you've always, in my opinion, had like a wonderful fashion sense. After you lost the weight, but even before the weight, because you introduced me to Patrick C, the photographer here.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw some of your pictures, and I was like, who dressed him? Because all I got is this turtleneck shirt that I've been rocking for every headshot. So, and I was just like, okay, he's a stylish guy. That's what I'm thinking. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm you know what? I'm really, really proud of you and your accomplishments and just the pivoting to me, I think that's something that we as creatives and we as people during this time of pandemonium, we have to embrace, and how do you deal with what you think people might think about you?
I used to care a lot. I used to, but then I realized their opinions ain't gonna pay this bill, the
Uh,
Wi-Fi bill, the phone bill.
uh,
Give me what I need. Why is his hair sticking out? Give me what I need, or anything beyond their opinion. So I just have to let it go. Like being a Cancer, I can be very sensitive, but you reach a point where you're just like, I have one life, one
yeah,
chance to do this thing called life. I'm not about to just let someone else's opinions or feelings dictate what I do with it.
yeah, say that.
Thanks
Say
to
that.
therapy, thanks to record reading and tarot card, like I found this like centering, this alignment, and I live in that every day.
And what people think, I'm of the same mindset. I do care what people think in the sense that I don't want to be the cause of their pain or the
Right.
source of their frustration. But like you said, the opinions that really don't matter, I'm not gonna say focus on them because they're not gonna pay the bills. They're not gonna pay for, let's be clear about it. They're not gonna pay the production costs. They're not gonna pay for my new headshots. They're not gonna pay for my trainer. They're not gonna pay for anything.
Nothing.
So if we stay focused at the task at hand, going back to what you said about staying true to the journey,
Mhm.
then I think they will appreciate it in the long run, because then what happens is you might make a client out of them. They might come back and ask you, say, so how did you do X, Y, and Z? And because you weren't toxic with them, you
Right.
left that door open.
Mhm.
Now they can appreciate you as a performer, but also the multi-hyphenate. Let me get that shirt, because tell me where I can buy it, okay? Because I'm about to put that all up in my thing here to the thing.
I'll get you one made because I got this made.
Ah, thanks, brother. Tara, hey sis, that's my competition right there. She said, "Let your food be your medicine." What's that? Not hip, the Hippocratic, Hippocrates,
Mhm.
Hippocrates.
Mhm.
Yes. Jay said, "Woo, multi hyphenated and multi streams of income."
That-
You better tell somebody,
Mhm.
brother. Yes, yes. Tara says, Justin, that was an amazing pandemic pivot. And
Thank
I really have to agree with it. She's all about that scripted journaling as well. And she says, sure does work. Your story is awesome.
thank
Oh, look
you.
at you. Yes, yes. One. Yes.
Mhm.
Hey, Michael Detroit.
Hey, Dad.
Said, look at you. Look at you,
Look at
brother.
me. Look at us.
Yes, look at us. So Justin, we've gotten to the point of my show where I usually ask my guests if they could, just bless the congregation with a little bit of your talent that so many others have been impacted by and have loved and have been uh, just blessed to experience. So I'm gonna put you back in the green room. You're
Okay.
gonna grab you some water before I give you the entire stage. I love it, y'all. We're gonna be Justin's gonna give us a small performance. I only ask my guests if they're comfortable to just give us a little bit of a 32 bar snippet of something. And so while he's getting ready, I just want to thank you all for being here. We're almost at the very end of my show today. Thank you so much for sharing. I see y'all throwing them hearts and the laughs and the thumbs up. I really do appreciate y'all being here. I am Justin is back. I'm about to give him center stage, and I'd like to present to you all, ladies and gentlemen, Justin G. Nelson. Take it away.
So this is an excerpt from one of my favorite audition pieces, Let It Sing from Violet. Joshua Henry sang it on the cast recording. Don't be comparing me to it because, that's my idol, but we're good. So this is second verse into the end. My family never had too much, made the best of every day. Ate what's on our plates, never threw a thing away. We kept our nightmares on the shelf. Our dreams were on the table. Pass it down and help yourself as long as you are able. My mama told me, son, forget what might have been. Give yourself a break, whatever's happening. Don't let your spirit, son, come closing in. You've got to give it room and let it sing. You've got to give it room and let it sing. There's precious little really folks like us control. You can tell your music from the simplest thing, and you're the one that's got to mend your soul. You've got to give it room and let it sing. You've got to give it room and let it sing. You've got to let it sing. You gotta let it sing. You've got to give it room and let it sing.
Yes, Whitney, yes. Justin, I gotta show you. People are giving you all your flowers right here, brother. Yes. Come with it. Boy, I miss that voice, man. I miss that voice. You don't even know to the note. Jay says, "Sing, child. Yes, give it room, brother." You better sing. Yes. He said he got to stop drinking. I'm trying to get his voice. Come on. He said you're such a talent. Look, brother, you're so good. So good. Michael Detroit said, nice job, Justin.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, Justin. Whoo, brother. Thank you so much for sharing your gift with us. Mm-hmm. It's time for me to put you in the hot seat. You ready?
Should I sit down? Yeah, I'm good. I'm ready.
Okay. These are a set of questions that I got from James Lipton from Inside the Inside. These are questions he would ask his guests from inside the studio. But we always start with one simple question from Dave Landis. Am I here? Am I still here? Mm-hmm. Am I still here? Am I still here?
What's Dave's question?
No. I got it.
Oh, okay. Yes. Let me get dressed. 15 minutes. Okay.
Thank you, Deborah. Deborah said you did a great job. She loved it. All right. Who is your favorite director? Question by Dave Landis. Again, a question by Dave Landis.
I remember my first show, and he really, really supported me and cast me a lot. So Dave Landis was definitely, yeah.
I've heard of the guy, but okay.
He was the only director that allowed me to do this on stage.
Oh, yeah.
The amount of choreography I've added to a show that wasn't in it, the amount of notes I've added to I should be written up. But yes, Dave Landis.
Mm-hmm. Look. Mike Detroit said, watch out. He said that was a trick question.
Sorry. Michael never directed me in the show, though.
You know what? I added this on the ship. Let me tell you, it's always in every show I do. Okay. So what's your favorite word?
Word?
For your favorite word.
Affirm.
Affirm. Okay. What's your least favorite word?
Anxiety.
Anxiety. Okay. What makes you happy?
Waking up.
Okay.
Waking up and like Amazon notifications saying your package delivered. The Cash App notification is like Bank of America was like your check deposit. Those things make me happy. To name a few.
What makes you sad?
What makes me sad? Well, my plant over here is making me sad because it's dying. But I don't know. What makes me sad? On a serious tip, I really don't. Like I don't think I pay attention much attention to sadness.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing other people hurt makes me sad.
Yeah,
Not
that is true.
trying to help other people makes me sad. Yes.
Yeah. I was going to be like, but Justin, come on.
Yeah.
I know one thing. Yeah.
Mhm.
What's a sound you love?
A
Sound or noise you love?
I don't know. Spirit said that the sound from the ATM where the money's coming out.
Come on.
That sound, I love it. And I think the wheels taking off from the airplane, like traveling. Those wheels, those sounds.
What sound or noise do you hate or don't like?
Styrofoam. People who like crinkle up styrofoam, but the paper plates, like that, hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Here's a question. What profession would you like to attempt?
I mean, let's see. I do marketing and branding. I do performance. I do influencer. Real estate.
Really?
Yes. I well, more like interior design.
Okay, that's
Because I am in the build.
so you interior design. I can see that. You have some really good Instagram photos of some like really cool interiors.
Love.
And I just be like, yes, one day, yes to the yes, I receive. Come on with it. What about a profession that you would not like? Now, let me read you what Selma Hayek said, because I think her answer is always really cute. She said, you know those porta potties? Somebody has to go in there and clean them. That would not be a good one. So what about you? What say you?
I don't know if I can work with pets. Like I can be a veterinarian.
You know, I got 3 dogs.
I know. Good for you. Because the dog bite me, that's it. I quit. I'm out. It's over. Clock out. You can keep the check. I'm not coming back. Like pets are cute. But no.
Look, I gotta let me tell you one day I was laying on my bed and my dog, the newest one, the puppy's a pit bull. He just pawed himself to look at me and he started yawning and I was like looking at him. And let me tell you what he did. With his mouth open wide, he coughed with his mouth open. And I was like, Barkley, you gross little gross dog. I was like, this is I sanitize, wash my face in hot water, bleach.
Yes. You need a new face after that. No. Yeah. I love animals, not for me.
Not for you, okay. All right. And last question. When you get to heaven, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Well done. I know it's cliche, but I just want him to say, well done, my faithful servant. You went to earth. I put you on earth. You discovered what your purpose was. You did the thing and you came home.
Hey, yes, I love that. Y'all, thank you so much. Jay was like, with the Cash App. Yes. Mm-hmm. He also said that being a vet would not be good for you.
No.
And I know you laughing because Barkley coughed in my face. And Michael Detroit said, fake news about you when it comes to Dave Landis, who may or may not have asked me to ask that question. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Let's Be Clear About It. We want to thank you, Justin. Please stick around a little bit. I have something to talk to you about afterwards. Y'all can find Justin's, if you want to follow Justin or if you want to utilize some of his services, you can go to his link is in my description under Nelson Design Lab /links, where you can find his performer information, his vegan blog. You can find all the information and sign up for all the mailing lists. Justin, oh, I do have one more thing. Now that you have, you're in this space where you are in your life. Mm-hmm. I want you to look at this picture. You know this was coming. And talk to this guy right here. What would you tell him at this point in your life?
So this was 11th grade. This was Channel 1 News, I think. I missed my hair. It's not as long as it used to be. I would tell him to do what scares you the most and to take more chances.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Invest in yourself at an early age. Yes, that's the key.
what about this guy?
Where did you find this picture? I'm blocking you.
Let me tell you, I go deep into Facebook, honey.
Really? I think Sam's responsible, but
This was
what, fourth grade, third grade Justin, chubby Justin who can eat a whole pizza by himself. I would tell him confidence comes at a later age, but to just enjoy being a child. Yes. Yes. That's what I would tell chubby Justin.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this has been Justin G. Nelson. Justin, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate you. Thank you for sharing your gifts and your talents with us today. Thank you for more than 32 bars. I appreciate it. Stay with me for a moment. Y'all, this was a wonderful, wonderful moment for me to sit down with my brother, Justin G. Nelson. If you want to, please feel free to follow him. He's on every social media platform that's out here. He's in them streets, y'all. He is up in them streets. So feel free to call him, to use his services, y'all. Use his services. He's not just talented. And I mean, use his services as a talent, but also as an entrepreneur. He will get you from point A to point B. And I know it for myself. All right. Jay is laughing because Barkley laughed at me. I got you, brother. Wait till I see you. Michael Detroit says, great to see and hear you both. Miss your faces. We miss you too, Michael. Thank you so much. And Fanta is throwing kisses to you, Justin. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for being here with us and for showering Justin G. Nelson with all the love and all the support. Tune in next week when my guest will be a surprise. I love you all, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. Hey, bye, everybody.